Hurricane season. For many states, it's one of the most dangerous times of the year. Even more dangerous than when the Philadelphia Eagles come to town. Yeah, that was them when they were winning. And with Hurricane Florence barreling toward the East Coast, everyone is preparing for the worst.
Breaking news, potentially catastrophic. Hurricane Florence barreling toward the Carolinas. 20 million people in the danger zone, and officials are warning if you don't get out by tonight, well, it might be too late.
Nearly 3,000 National Guard troops are being activated with orders to preserve life and safety when Florence hits.
This has the potential to be the costliest storm ever to hit the U.S. The worst-case scenario estimated at more than $170 billion of damage.
That is insane. This hurricane could cause up to $170 billion in damage. You realize that that amount means if you multiply that by all of the people who live, look at that, it says boobs. Anyway, the point is that's a lot of money. And although everyone from Jake Tapper to the Coast Guard is warning people to evacuate, there's always that one guy who thinks he's stronger than the storm.
Jim Darling, in fact, is one of those residents who's going to wait it out here. Why? What gives you the confidence?
No confidence. It's just I've been through it before here, and I'd rather just be at home.
There's always people who don't leave, and they stress to you that you might even put first responders in jeopardy if they need to come help you out. The congressman I just spoke to says there's not going to be people here to help you out in case you need help.
Like I said, I'm not really worried about it. I won't be calling anybody to help me out anyhow. I can take care of it myself.
Okay, so we're just gonna do this whole interview like there isn't a parrot crawling around all over this guy. Because for me, the hurricane just became the second biggest story. I wanna know what's going on over there. And also, this isn't even about the parrots, but I'm always suspicious of people who don't wanna evacuate in a disaster. Like, I feel like there's a 50-50 shot they've got someone kidnapped in their basement. Yeah, because this could be the biggest storm ever, and this guy's like, oh, don't send first responders. No, don't, we'll be fine. I mean, I'll be fine. Yeah, don't look in my basement. Anyway, this storm is looking really dangerous, and it doesn't really matter what some random dude in a parking lot thinks about it. What matters is what the random dude in the Oval Office thinks about it.
We have something, it could very well be very similar to Texas in the sense that it's tremendous amounts of water. It's tremendously big and tremendously wet.
So elegant. So elegant. Trump sounds like he's doing a book report on hurricanes, and he forgot to read the book. He's like, tremendously big and tremendously wet. A lot of people don't know this. The rain is coming from the top, high up. Now, look, all hating aside, at least President Trump knows there's a storm coming. And it looks like he's planning to do his best. The only problem is, he thinks Puerto Rico is his best.
I think that Puerto Rico was an incredible, unsung success. Texas, we have been given A-pluses for. Florida, we've been given A-pluses for. I think in a certain way, the best job we did was Puerto Rico, but nobody would understand that.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody would understand that. Because calling Puerto Rico an unsung success is crazy. 3,000 people died, right? Power wasn't fully restored for almost a year. And even the director of FEMA, who, by the way, was standing next to Trump in that same press conference, wrote a report saying that the government was sorely unprepared for Hurricane Maria. Yeah. So if that's a success, what does Trump consider a failure? He's going to be like, folks, Puerto Rico was literally blown off the face of the earth, and it was launched into the sun where it vaporized immediately. I'm giving it my lowest grade, B+, folks, B+. I mean, let's face it, Trump is just incapable of admitting failure, like ever. Think about it. Even after he had Don Jr., he still thought it was a good idea to have 4 more kids. And now, if you're one of those people who pays attention to storms, you've probably noticed that Florence looks to be the strongest hurricane ever to hit this far north on the East Coast. And scientists have said that as the climate keeps warming, we can expect even more of these storms. Right? But instead of trying to mitigate greenhouse gases, Trump is just throwing more fuel on this tremendously wet fire.
The EPA wants to weaken an Obama-era requirement that companies monitor and repair methane leaks from oil and gas wells. Energy companies say the rules requiring them to test for emissions are costly and burdensome.
The Environmental Protection Agency today issued new rules making it easier for oil and gas companies to release methane, which is a particularly potent greenhouse gas.
Yeah, that's right. The Trump administration is making it easier for oil and gas companies to leak methane into the air. Yes, apparently methane leaks are the only kind of leaks that Trump doesn't want to stop. Like, the only way we're going to get Trump to care about them is for a broken pipe to write an anonymous op-ed in the New York Times. Then he'd be like, we got to stop these leaks, folks. Where is that pipe? So, the bad news is Hurricane Florence could be one of the worst natural disasters America has ever faced. And we have a president who's proven he's not great at handling natural disasters. The good news is, thanks to that president's climate change policies, he'll get a lot more disasters to practice on.